Hi, this is Dr. George Fraser, founder of the Power Networking Conference. Coming up next is Paul Vann, and he'll be talking about identify, develop, and embrace your divine path. This is going to be good. Check it out.
The Small Business Administration informs us through their statistics that a new small business or company survival rate is only 5 years. And 1/3 of all small businesses only survive for 10 years. Today, what I'm going to talk to you about is how to not only identify, but develop and embrace your divine path to inner peace. And the reason why I talk to you about this is from the very fact that I'm an entrepreneur as well. And what I want you to take from today is that if you listen to this presentation for the next 25 minutes, you will not only discover how to gain greater awareness, consciousness, and empowerment, but you'll also be led to the position of leading your business from a new perspective by looking through a new set of lens. And I guarantee it will change your life because this is a transformative program that has a 3-step process that will help you to not only grow your business, but to also improve your life. And it's all predicated and based on the fact that as small business owners, we have to not only work harder, but work smarter as well. And the reason why we have to is because we're in a very competitive field, and in these competitive fields, we just want to do our very best to bring upon that excellence of which we all are a part of. My name is Paul Lawrence Vann. I'm honored to be a part of PNC 16, and I want this to be the very best experience that you've ever had. And why should you listen to me? I work with companies such as MasterCard International, the Office of Personnel Management, and the National Black MBA Association. And through these connections and through certification and training and spiritual coaching, as well as professional life coaching and business success coaching, I not only have expertise, but I've done the research and done the hard work. And the bottom line is, I'm not a pastor, but I happen to be skilled and understand and have the knowledge to really help you with my 3-step strategy to help you identify, develop, and embrace your inner peace. The first thing I want to say to you is I repeat, I will not be able to cover everything because there's so much information. But what I do share with you, it will really impart a lot of knowledge and help you to make better decisions, not only for now, but also in the future. The next thing I want to talk to you about is my background. Just to share a little bit about that, I lead Wealth Building Academy, LLC, which is based in the greater Washington, D.C. area. I'm a certified spiritual coach and a certified life coach and business success coach. I'm the international speaker and international bestseller of the book, The Voyage to Your Vision. And through all of these experiences and the knowledge and writing of the books, I've come away with a lot of knowledge, and I want to impart that with you today. And so what this is all about today is that this presentation is for you if you not only want to survive, but you want to strive in your business. And we want to move beyond what the Small Business Administration has to say in regards to only being around for 5 years as a new small business, as a solopreneur, but to move beyond even the 10-year mark, because we know that you have all that you need and all that it takes to be successful in everything that you do, not only as an entrepreneur, but as an employee as well. So I want you to enjoy this journey. And part of why I want you to learn even more about what I'm going to share with you with this 3-step program, is that I have shared the stage with the likes of Chris Gardner from the Pursuit of Happiness fame, as well as working with organizations such as Johns Hopkins University, United States Air Force Academy, and many, many more. So we want to start on this journey, and we're going to really enjoy it. Part of this process really entails creating a greater balance between your external goals as an entrepreneur or as an employee and your internal lives. And your internal lives is you being able to not only become who you were purposed to be, but also to have success in your relationship with your spouse or significant other and with your children or in your community as a community leader as well. So we really look forward to this journey, and also want you to know, you stay with me for this 25-minute presentation, and I have something that I'm going to offer you at the end so that we can maintain our connection. And part of this 3-step spiritual coaching process entails the fact that I want to share a powerful new strategy with you. You know, as smart business owners, we all start out looking for that business plan, or we look for that funding to move our business along. We also know that in order to sell the products and the services that we offer, that we really need to do things that are very unique, that will help us to not only compete, but also to be the best that we can. And so my 3-step process consists of the following, is that I provide you with an interview. I'm your coach for this next 20 minutes. And what I want you to understand is that we're going to go through this process together. We're also going to involve ourselves with a client spiritual perspective and a client spiritual self-discovery. And these 3 items alone will help to enhance your spiritual knowledge about business. And as a result of that, what I'm going to do is get this process started. And one of the first questions that I'm going to answer for you, since you contacted me, Coach Paul, to help you, is what is your primary objective in working with me? I want you to really think about that, because it's going to lay the foundation and the groundwork for what we're going to do. And these are only 3 questions of many that I would ask you. And I will take very copious notes, but I want to know why and what is your primary objective for working with me as a spiritual coach to help you along with your business. Well, the first thing is probably you've tried everything else, and now you're going to try this. But that's not all. What I also want you to take into account is the fact that most people do not think in terms of aligning their spirit person with their business. But it's who we are. We all have a creator, and as a result of that, we not only want to look at what we do on a Sunday in church or worshiping, but we want to look at it from an everyday standpoint, an everyday way of life. And I'm by no means trying to tell you how to live your life, but I am showing you a strategy that has been used for years and years. It's just a matter of us coming to the consciousness of it. And then also approach this from the employee standpoint. What does achieving your spiritual quest consist of? Think about it. What does it consist of? Does it consist of you as an employee becoming the best employee you can become? Are you considering what is your power? We all have different sources in which we turn to for what we consider our power. And I listen for and take notes about your client pros, your unique personal pros, that is. For example, what is your power? Is it the word God? Is it Jesus? Is it Supreme Being? Is it the universe? Is it Allah? What is it for you? These may not even be those pros that you come up with, but it is and does consist of what some people think of it is. And then I want to ask you, what evidence do you have that will help you to achieve this spiritual quest? And the reason why I ask this is because we all need an avenue in which to begin. We need to be able to see some results from what we do. We all need it. I need it, you need it. As I may have mentioned before, when I look at my experience prior to becoming an entrepreneur, it really consisted of me being in the military. I was a military officer for 20 years, 12 consecutive years in the Pentagon. I also worked 1 year on Capitol Hill for Congressman Patrick Kennedy in the U.S. House of Representatives. And so I really didn't have a business background to fall on, so I did what I could do best at the time. But then when I came into the knowledge that I really need to align myself with the power that I identified with, then things began to change. The next thing you know, I was on a 12-city speaking tour going from Guam to Hawaii to Montana to North Carolina and other states in between. And it's all because I used this system here that I'm sharing with you today. And I also want you to know that once we come into this knowledge, to not only take this knowledge and impart it, but the tools and the techniques and the strategies to help move us along. And I want to share a quick story with you of a young lady that I work with. She contacted me through some of the social media marketing I did, and her name is Elena. And Elena, she heads up a virtual assistance business. And she came to me and she was really burnt out. She had a lot of clients, but she was really not that organized. And when she went through my 3-step process, a spiritual coaching process, it really helped turn things around for her. And now she really has a new lease on life. She's really more relaxed and comfortable. She's able to schedule a lot better, and it's really changed the dynamic of her business. And now what she's doing is she's bringing other people to understand their divine purpose and for inner peace and help to identify and develop it as well. So that's just one example of what can take place and happen for you as well. And I hope you're really enjoying this presentation, because I really am. But another aspect of this spiritual coaching is that I provide you with a vision statement. And this vision statement outlines all the answers that you provided to the questions that I provided to you. And it's going to be more than those that I've shared with you before. In fact, I will write in detail and take copious notes of every single thing that you shared with me, because this is a mutuality between the coach and the student, or the coach and the client. And I will provide this vision statement to you, write it up, contact you, and we'll discuss each and every element of it. I will get you into a relaxed state. I will read the vision statement to you for over 4 to 5 times. And then this will help set the foundation that you can use to leverage your business and to improve it and to enhance it, so that you can provide better products and better services to your clients. And you will also have that balance between your family life and your work life. And I think that's so important nowadays, because a lot of people are under a lot of stress as small business owners, and we want to have a greater window than that 5-year window or that 10-year window that the Small Business Administration tells us about. Now that we've concluded the interview, the next step Coach Paul is going to do is designate you as an enlightened entrepreneur, which is step 2 in this process. And we want to look at it a little bit closer. What we want to do is focus in on some circles of spiritual perspective. One example that I'm going to provide is living in the now. What is living in the now? I'm glad you asked, and I'll define it for you. Living in the now consists of not even considering what we've done in the past, but looking at what we're doing at this very moment. It's so important that we take a look at and assess where we are now and work on that. And we work on it through following and doing follow-up through the interview questions from the vision statement. We don't look at what's going to take place tomorrow, but what's happening right now. Are you living in the now? Are you where you want to be at this very time? And are you content? And contentment doesn't mean that you're settling. It means that are you grateful for what you have at this very moment? Do you have peace? And do you have peace of mind? And I'll share just a little example with you. I had a relative. He was on the forefront of discovery of the figure 8s on the highway. And he ended up being heading up the highway department in the country of Nigeria. He married my cousin. And before all was said and done, he was worth $100 million. He looked after his health as best he could, but he put more effort into his business. And he unfortunately passed away at a very young age. And because he didn't really use what he had at his disposal, and what he had at his disposal was the ability to pray, to meditate, to exercise, to eat properly. And so he put more of his efforts into his business, and it became his downfall. And I do not want that to happen to you. And likewise, the same thing happened to me, where I was diagnosed with high blood pressure and with type 1 diabetes, and I had these visions of really not living a good quality of life. I have 2 young children, and I want to be there for them, but I had to take some action. And since I have this spiritual coaching program in my experience, I followed my own plan, and I turned it around, where I no longer have high blood pressure, nor do I no longer have diabetes. And I'm clapping my hands right now. I hope you're clapping yours, because if I can do it, you can too, because we're cut from the same cloth. Another aspect I want to look at is life purpose. Are you truly living your life purpose? And if you're not, what are you doing to put yourself in that position to do so? You're an entrepreneur, you have a business. Are you considering expanding your business, or are you considering selling your business? Getting more clients, you have to hire more employees. If you're an employee, how do you maximize your expertise in your job to perhaps one day become a leader or a manager at the company that you belong to? If you're a single parent, how do you balance that new job that's coming up in the leadership role and your children being in school? How do you do that? Well, we all know that it's tough sometimes, and we just simply have to get it done. But this gives you the opportunity to do so, because we want to, again, look at ourselves from the inside and really assess where we are and where we want to go. And that's why Coach Paul is here. We also want to take a closer look at connecting with Source. My, oh my, when we connect with Source, all things come together. Now, it may be different for you as it is for me, but we all have a creator. We didn't just come here, we didn't just get off the plane. We're here for a purpose, and we have to find out what that purpose is, and the best way to do so and to align our business with it is to connect with Source. You can look high and you can look low, but when it comes to having a successful business and a successful personal life, it all comes down to connecting with Source. What is your source? And how would this impact you and your life, your business, working for your employer, your relationship with your family, with your spouse, significant other, your children, being a leader in the community? How does this impact you? These are some of the questions. What do you see on this spiritual quest? What do you hear? What does it sound like? These are just some of the questions that I'm going to ask you during this aspect of the spiritual process perspective of your life. And one of the things that I really want you to take from this is the fact that all of this is doable. Now, I want to bring it back to your remembrance that I have a free bonus for you. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, and because we simply won't be able to cover everything in this presentation. But it's a spiritual coaching bonus. It's a post-PNC 16. Of course, it's going to take place after the PNC there at the Gaylord National on May 31st at 7 o'clock p.m. To get more information about it and to register, simply go to www.paulvannspeaks.com/spiritual-coaching.html. And when you get to that page, look at the end of the paragraph and you will see this Carolina Blue spiritual coaching session, and register by putting your first name, last name, email, and phone number. And if you have any questions, you can also follow up with me at info@paulvannspeaks.com. I don't mind speaking to you. Give me a call also if you have questions at area code 240-416-5077. Again, this program, this bonus session, helps to answer questions that you may not receive in this presentation. And it helps because it's a mind, body, and spirit program. And it's due to the fact that I've been certified as a spiritual coach, certified spiritual coach. I can really help you leverage your business and help you to increase your sales and to bring in more clients, as well as have a balanced personal life, family life. And so I just want to bring that back to your remembrance, and it's really going to be a great time, and I'll share that with you doing that on May 31st. The next thing I want to talk to you about is step 3. This is the client spiritual self-discovery. Now, with this, what I'm going to talk to you about is the fact that it's now time to do some inner work. In other words, we are all people who require an inside job. And requiring an inside job has everything to do with understanding where we are on that spiritual journey. This self-discovery will help you to look at things from the vision statement that I provided you and your spiritual perspective. And as a result of that, what you're going to do is to work on that small, still voice on the inside of you. Yes, that one that talks to us every day, whether we're conscious of it or not. And these questions will all be a handout that I give to you, and you provide it back to me, and we can process it. And so we can help you on your way as a part of this spiritual journey. And these are just some of the questions that I will be asking of you. I really want to say to you, I'm so excited about PNC 16. I know, as you can see from this slide, that the recipe for a comfortable work-life balance is spiritual coaching, not only for entrepreneurs, but also for individuals. I've worked with clients over the years and assisted them in making a tremendous difference in their business. It's not only helped them, but it helps me as well. And what I want to do with you is to make a further connection. And just to review really quickly some of the things that we covered. Of course, I talked about this 3-step process that's going to help you to find more awareness, to become more conscious, to find peace and peace of mind within your life, and have a balance not only with yourself as an entrepreneur, but also as an employee for an organization. I think it's so important that we take a look at how to align ourselves with the spiritual aspects of it. For some of you, you may already be doing it, but for others, it may be something new. I know for me, once I came into the knowledge, you know how the brain is, whatever you learn, you never go back to being what you were. Well, this is one of those moments, and I would love to go on this journey with you further and further. And so that process is really going to help you. And we're finding today, with all the challenges of the terrorism, with violence taking place in all parts of the world, it does in fact affect your business, and it affects your person. And so we have to operate with a new set of lens and always be prepared, because we never know what may happen. And so today, looking at the spiritual interview that I provide for you, in addition to the spiritual perspective and the client discovery forum, I know for a fact that I can help you. And to help you along the way, again, I'm providing this information so we can further connect, because that's exactly what I want to do with you. Again, I'm offering on May 31st, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, a free 60-minute bonus session to continue to answer any questions that you may have, to make further connections. You, again, can find out more about it by going to www.paulvannspeaks.com/spiritual-coaching.html. Register on that page, and at the end of the paragraph, you will see spiritual coaching session. Log in, put your first name, put your last name, put your email and your phone number, and you'll be all set and ready to go. I'll also have a handout that will be going out to you as well once you register. And for any questions, again, you can go back to info@paulvannspeaks.com. The phone number for me is 240-416-5077. Today's journey was all about awakening the entrepreneur within you and for you to live your best life possible. Again, my name is Paul Lawrence Vann. I'm a speaker, author, and certified coach. It was great being with you here at PNC 16, and let's make 2016 our best year yet. Have a great day.